Hi, my name is EIMEAR KILMARTIN. I'm a Galway actor here at Kenny's Bookshop in Lisbon, and I've been looking through their drama section. I'm going to read 3 parts from some of my favourite plays that I found here. The first one is Friel's The Faith Healer. It's winter. It's night. It's raining. The Welsh roads are narrow and we're on our way to a performance. He always called it a performance, teasing the words with that mocking voice of his. Where do I perform tonight? Do you expect a performance in a place like this? As if it were a game he might take part in, only if he felt like it. Maybe because it was the only way he could talk about it. Anyhow, Teddy's driving as usual and I'm in the passenger seat, and he's immediately behind us. The fantastic Francis Hardy, Faith Healer. He's got his back to us and the whiskey bottle between his legs, and he's squatting on the floor of the van. No, not squatting. Crouched, wound up, concentrated and happy. No, not happy. Certainly not happy. I don't think he ever knew what happiness was. But always before a performance he'd be in complete mastery. Yes, that's close to it. In such complete mastery that everything is harmonized for him. In such mastery that anything is possible. And when you speak to him, he turns his head and looks beyond you with those damn benign eyes of his. Looking past you, out of his completion, out of that private power, out of that certainty that was accessible only to him. God, how I resented that privacy. And he's reciting the names of all those dying Welsh villages. Aberarder, Abereron, Llangraneg, Llangeurig. Releasing them from his mouth in the special voice he used only then. As if he were blessing them or consecrating himself. And then, for him, I didn't exist. Many times, I didn't exist for him. But before a performance, this exclusion, no. It wasn't an exclusion, it was an erasion. This erasion was absolute. He obliterated me. Me who tended him, humoured him, nursed him, sustained him, who debauched myself for him. Yes, that's the most persistent memory. Yes, and when I remember him like that in the back of the van, God, how I hate him again. This is from Behn's The Rover. Tell me, how many poor believing fools thou hast undone, how many hearts thou hast betrayed to ruin. Yet these are little mischiefs to the ills thou taught mine to commit. Thou taught it love, love, that has robbed it of its unconcern, of all that pride that taught me how to value it, and in its room a mean, submissive passion was conveyed, that made me humbly bow, which I ne'er did to anything but heaven. Thou, perjured man, didst this, and with thou oaths, which on thy knees thou didst devoutly make, softened my yielding heart, and then I was a slave, yet still had been content to have worn my chains, worn them with vanity and joy forever, hadst thou not broke these vows that put them on. Oh, 'twas then I was undone. This is from Shakespeare's Macbeth. Have I not reason, beldams as you are, saucy and overbold? How did you dare to trade traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was ne'er called to bear my part, or show the glory of our art. And which is worse, all you have done hath been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now, and get you gone, and at the pit or at your own, meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend until a fateful and dismal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it come to ground, and that distilled by magic sleights shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him unto his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy.